Hello, I'm Latanya Turner. Since they were born, members of the baby boomer generation have played a big role in shaping American culture. In 2011, the first of the boomers turned 65. As they age, the sheer number of people entering their senior years will have an impact on how our communities understand and respond to the needs of older citizens. Today, 13% of the population is over age 65. In 15 years, that number will grow to 20%, or 1 in 5 Americans. In response to this new reality, Nashville Public Television is producing a series of programs addressing issues of aging. We begin with a town hall meeting on end-of-life decisions. We invited doctors, chaplains, caregivers, hospice workers, and community members to share their experiences and perspectives on what our community gets right and what it can do better when dealing with people in the last years or months of their lives. Join us as we learn together what our options are and how we can be better prepared for a part of life we will all face. Hello, everybody. I'm Latanya Turner. Thanks for being with us. I'm going to be guiding our conversation today as we talk about end-of-life decisions. How do you want your end of life, your final days to look? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with you? How do you want to feel at the end of life? Yes.
I'm Ruth Garrett.
Yes.
I'm a retired gerontologist, and I want to stay at home. I want to age in place at home at the end of my life.
Okay. How many people want that? Okay, not quite as many hands, so obviously some of you have some other thoughts. Anybody have a different thought about where you'd like to be at the... Yes, sir.
When I think about that question, it really relates to what the circumstances are, because that's an easy one that you'd expect 99% of everyone to answer. But I don't want to be a burden on the family. I want it to be smooth and comfortable, and for the my parents and my wife's parents, we've all lost all of them over a period of 10 years. Each one, there was a different answer for each one of them. It depends on the circumstances.
All right. Well, we actually did a survey, as some of you know. We surveyed you, we surveyed some other people and asked them this question. We asked, when you think about the end of your life, where would you prefer to spend your last days? And we had several options. The 3 choices were home, hospital, and nursing home. Home, by far, was the biggest response. In fact, 100% of the people we polled said they would prefer to die at home. Yes, would you like to share your thoughts with us?
My thought on it is I wouldn't want to be a burden to my family, and I would think I would be if I was in a critical situation. Although I would love to be at home, I wouldn't put that demand on them because that's hard to live up to. It is, especially depending on what condition I would be in. And if I was in a critical needing 24 hours of care, I would definitely want to be in a care facility.
All right, all right. Well, several of you have mentioned that you don't want to be a burden on your family. So let's talk about some of the decisions that shape your preferences about end of life. We also did a survey asking that question, the factors that are involved in your decisions, and we asked people to rank them in order of priority. So priorities for end-of-life care decisions, at the very top is quality of life. Next is freedom from pain. Third is not to be a burden on your family and loved ones. Next is financial cost. And the last choice is live as long as possible, being a priority. Thank you all for sharing your thoughts about that. We've kind of set, some examples of what we all want at the end of our lives, what we think is a good death. But do we get what we want? Well, we took a closer look at that, and we have a video we want to show you right now. Most Americans say they would prefer to die at home, but for the majority, that's not what happens.
When he first entered into the hospital, it didn't seem like this was going to be the end. We had gone through bouts before, it didn't seem any different than the other times.
Jackie and Delisa's father had been diagnosed with prostate cancer 18 years earlier. Later in his life, he also struggled with diabetes and a heart condition. When their father went to the hospital for the last time, they didn't know what illness was causing the problem.
We didn't realize how serious a situation it was, and I don't think anybody ever told us it was a serious situation. You would think after being through, cancer and treatments all this time, we'd be more prepared for a death. Emotionally, but it wasn't, because we had gone through it so many times and he had come out fine.